I learned of my father. My father had really chronic progressive diabetes, and he was like 89. And I learned something very important about our healthcare system through his death. His recommendation was that he had to have an amputation. At least we thought that he had to have an amputation. And, I love our physician surgeons. But if you ask the surgeon, can you? The answer will be, of course I can. And I learned that the question should not be, can you? The question should be, should you? Mm-hmm. Because in the end, my father had the surgery, a lot of pain, subsequent stroke, very traumatic death. Mm. And it would have been much better to just make him comfortable, maybe amputate the toes and care and comfort. And he probably would have actually lived a little bit longer, but he would have avoided 3 agonizing months of discomfort and pain.
Would there be something from that experience? Is there something you change about healthcare?
Yeah, I still think that the system is fairly disconnected. So, you see the surgeon here who really only, in all honesty, will know you as a knee or a shoulder or something for a short period of time. You have the primary care physician over here who knows a lot about you and maybe knows you for years and years. But once you get in the hospital, then you're covered by the, what do we call them now in the ICU? The
intensivist.
The hospitalist and the intensivist,
yeah, right.
Who doesn't know you either.
Right.
And the family has such a hard time piecing together what is actually going on. It's a constant struggle for families to knit together those pieces. And then you have the insurance company, or you have the rehab hospital or the skilled nursing hospital. And it's almost like, here you go, best of luck.
Right.
Hope it goes well.
Yeah.
And I don't think we taught clearly enough in the language that non-medical people understand how to best navigate through the system and simplify it for the family and for the patient.
Yeah, there's so much noise in the system that makes it difficult. You were on a long walk.
Oh, yes, the Camino.
How many days were you out there?
We walked for 14 days, 220 miles. I don't know any other place in the world that you could walk for 220 miles without a map. You could meet people from all over the world joined in this common quest to go to a particular location and joyfully be greeted and supported all along the route. When you meet these people, you have the usual things. We had this wonderful couple. We used to invite a different group to eat with us every night. So this couple sits down, and they were, he's a college professor, and he was like 80, and she was in her late 70s, and they were like real hippies. They were older hippies. You could tell they were older hippies. But she sat down, and she took a necklace off and said, I don't know if I can eat this. So she held the crystal over her food, and if it went in a circle, she'd eat it or drink it. If it went like this, she wouldn't eat or drink it. And she gets up from the table. My husband's kind of traditional. He goes, what is that? But right. These people, you start along this path, you keep running into people. And these two became just treasures to us as we got to know them. And what it taught me was that it's really hard not to love people when you get to know people. And at the end, they sat like part of the family when we were at the final Mass in the cathedral, and it would not have been the same if they hadn't been part of that.
That's amazing. Well, thanks, Annette. I've really enjoyed this.
Thanks, Erik. I've enjoyed it too.